Our Father in heaven, we thank you for a beautiful day. This, we believe, is the day that you have made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. We thank you for a milestone which we're yet to learn about here at Uganda Airlines. And we thank you that Uganda Airlines continues to prosper from glory to glory. We commit our time and our stay here today. May it be fruitful and beneficial for all of us. In Jesus' name we pray, and everybody say, Amen. Why don't we just have the anthems, the Ugandan anthem.
Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hand. United, free, for liberty, together we'll always stand.
Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Thank you very much. You may now be seated, ladies and gentlemen. You're all very welcome to a beautiful day. And our program is really simple. I'll just briefly walk you through it because I know adults like to know what's happening. So it's a very simple program. It's not a night of many speeches. We just have a big announcement to make on behalf of Uganda Airlines. But of course, we can't just announce and not have a few speeches. So we'll have remarks from our CEO. She'll just come to set context and speak into, not right now, I'll be inviting you, all right? She'll be coming shortly. We'll also have a speech from our Chief Commercial Officer, who will speak into the why this new route, and I don't want to preempt anything just yet. But then we'll also have some official remarks from the British High Commission and from the minister present. Then we'll open some time for the press and any questions that you might have, photo ops, and then we'll make merry and leave at will, all right? But at this point in time, allow me make some acknowledgements. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for coming in spite of the rain. Sometimes in Uganda, people are hydrophobic and afraid of the rain, but not you guys. So thank you so much for honoring our invitation. But I'd like us to give a round of applause for the Honorable Minister of Works and Transport for the Republic of Uganda, Honorable General Edward Katumba Wamala. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence. A round of applause also for Her Excellency, the British High Commissioner to Uganda, Madam Lisa Chesney. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I believe our board chair is also here, Mrs. Priscilla Seruka Mirembe. Thank you so much. I think I see the admin, the British Chamber of Commerce, Madam Sarah Bickers as well. You're absolutely welcome. I can see the acting CEO, Uganda Tourism Board, Mr. Cheng Bradford. Thank you for also honoring authority. Madam Limonia Olive, thank you so much. I see from Standard Chartered Bank, our MD over there, Mr. Sanjay, you are also very welcome. The Commissioner, Immigration, Kano Geoffrey Kambere, thank you so much for also honoring us with your presence. And ladies and gentlemen, your neighbor as well, a very important guest here. Please welcome them also with a hand clap or a handshake. But in our midst, there are also different board members for Uganda Airlines, and I'll ask them just to smile and wave just so we can acknowledge you. Thank you so much, all the board representation that has come. By the time you have over 4 members of the board present, it gives you insight into how important today is. Now, without further ado, we're going to get ready to jump into our program. And I'm going to ask the DJ just to give us some befitting music as I get ready to invite our CEO just to come and give us her opening remarks, set context, and speak into the reason why we are here. So, DJ, give me some music, and ladies and gentlemen, let's put hands together for the CEO, Madame Jennifer Bamturachi, as she comes. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, just one more. I think we have the UTB chairperson as well present with us. I might have missed her, Madame Paul Kakoza. I think we can also acknowledge her with a round of applause. Thank you. And now over to our CEO.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister of Works and Transport, General Edward Wamala Katumba, Her Excellency, the High Commissioner of the UK to Uganda, my board chairperson of Uganda Airlines and our board members, the Director General, Deputy Director General, Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, the board chair, UTB, the CEO, acting UTB, my colleagues at Uganda Airlines, the media fraternity, ladies and gentlemen. I am elated, and I know a board chair who is, a board member who's extremely excited and has been on our case to launch London. I welcome you all to this event, and we are delighted to have you as we announce a date for the long-awaited flights to London by none other than Uganda Airlines. Yes. This route marks the end of our establishment phase and sets us on a course for long-term growth and expansion. It follows meticulous planning, preparations, and many setbacks. But finally we are here, and as I was joking with the British High Commissioner, we've had a birth 5 years later, and the child already has teeth. And it gives me great pleasure that we celebrate our 5th anniversary with this milestone. Originally, the airline acquired slots for the United Kingdom as far back as 2020. And of course, the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted the travel, impacted many aspects of the industry, such as manpower, supply chain, regulatory processes changed, and these obviously impacted our ability to complete all the processes in time. And there were capacity constraints both in Uganda and in the United Kingdom. This route is important because it connects Uganda to critical business and tourism markets in West Europe and beyond, but also a number of our fellow Ugandans in England, the diaspora, who are so tired of waiting and now can finally be happy to come home direct from England. And because of the potential this route unlocks and the air bridges that we have been connecting, this is essential because it works straight into the NDP, National Development Plan, and Uganda's Vision 2040 strategy. Besides shortening travel times, as you're aware, you fly 16 hours, if I'm not mistaken. This route also provides a more efficient route for exporters of fresh products and to the United Kingdom. According to the Grant Thornton Wings of Opportunity Report 2024, Uganda's exports to the United Kingdom in the last year were worth $22.6 million. We are confident that our cargo capacity on our A330-800 Neo and our plans to expand and enhance our cargo operations capacity with a cargo freighter later this year will support the rapid growth of Ugandan exports to the United Kingdom. The route elevates Uganda Airlines' international profile and strategically positions us to tap deeper into global aviation markets. Flying 4 times a week to London will allow us to optimize our network, increase the offerings to our guests, and combine the other routes using Entebbe as our hub. And over the past years, we've expanded our African network and fly to 14 cities in Africa. And this primary network creates opportunities for feeding into and defeeding our long-haul flights, of course at our base in Entebbe International Airport. And once London is up and running, we intend to open a few more destinations within Africa for the same purpose of feeding and defeeding. As befitting of a national carrier, we are currently the biggest operator out of Entebbe International Airport, with an average of 77 departures a week and just under 30% of the travel scheduled departures from and into Entebbe International Airport. This route will take our tally to 81 departures a week, combined with others coming soon. And it will bring us closer to our strategic goal of an alternative hub to air travel in East Africa. The route will be served using the state-of-the-art Airbus A330-800 Neo. Our aircraft has 3 cabins offering economy class, premium economy, and the business class seating. As we embark on this journey, exciting journey, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister and your counterpart, the Minister of Finance, Honorable Matia Kasaija, for standing with us and asking us every day. I know I owe you China. We'll have to talk about that. Allow me to thank, a little later, I'll invite her to speak. I'd like to thank Olive Lumonya, especially for being the mediator between us and so many people around the table that were providing support for this airline. At one point, I'll invite Olive to say a word, but she chaired the committee that had Uganda Airlines, the British High Commission, Civil Aviation Authority, and many others, including immigrations, to make sure that we handle these flights well. Our special thanks also go to the British High Commission. The team, Your Excellency, has been amazing in making sure that we met all the protocols. Thank you very much, ladies and the gentlemen. We also want to thank you, the High Commission, the British High Commission, for supporting us in facilitating the process to attain the foreign carrier's permit, but also to conclude in getting the third country operator's certificate, which was very crucial for this route. We would not have reached this point if it hadn't been our guidance and absolute pushing from the board of Uganda Airlines. As well as my colleagues at the airline, all of you, I honor you for being so gracious to push this. We worked together to ensure that this route was added to our network. I want to thank a gentleman we call Ambassador, Deo Nyanzi. He absolutely pushed and made sure we met every protocol, worked closely with the teams as the route person, so I'm grateful to him as well. I could speak the whole day, but allow me, Honorable Minister, to invite the public of Uganda to visit our booking portal, ugandaairlines.com, and reserve and book tickets to London and other destinations on the date that only you will announce. I'd like to
Wow, thank you so much, Jennifer. At the airlines, we call her. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now that we know the real date has not yet been announced because we are not worthy to, only one amongst us is worthy to make that announcement. But at least we know it's London that we are opening a route to. And as such, I think we need to practice our British accent, you know. You don't want to go to England and say, "Can I have some water?" No one will understand. So please turn to your neighbor and practice. Say, "Water." Could I have some water? I don't know. You will not get anything. All right? Try and turn to your neighbor. Say, "Could I have some coffee and a cup of tea?" Cup of tea. If you ask for chai or mukaru, I'm afraid you'll yuck. All right? So please practice that accent. And yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, and as far as the new route. As a matter of fact, this route becomes the 17th route of the airlines. And I think that is something worthy of a round of applause, don't you think? Well done to Uganda Airlines. 14 routes in Africa, I think 2 in Asia, and this will be officially the first route to Europe. So I think that is certainly worthy of praise. And I'll let you know a little later, the airlines has been winning accolades, you know, in Africa, to mention but a few, attention in a short while. But I believe the media team at the back, if we are good to go, I'll ask the DJ just to give us some music as he just comes to give us the official why on the new route. He serves as our Chief Commercial Officer, Uganda Airlines. Round of applause.
A very good morning to you all. Standing in all protocols, Honorable Minister, General Katumba Wamala, the British High Commissioner to Uganda, Her Excellency Lisa Cheney, my board chair, Madam Priscilla Olive, not just Deputy DG UCA, but she's the senior sister of Uganda Airlines. Good morning again. Welcome everybody today. So, I'm here to answer the question, why London? I know a lot of us have ideas as to why we are starting the route. But I'll just take us through a very brief presentation, just about 5 hours. No, actually just a very brief presentation, just to tell us a bit about Uganda Airlines. I'm sure there are some people in the room who don't know everything about the airline, so we'll use this opportunity. As a salesman, I must always sell so that I can make it a full. So can I have the presentation, please? To talk through the progress of Uganda Airlines. We started operations on August of 2019, 5 years ago, like my in 12 different countries. The tagline is "Fly the crane to the Pearl of Africa." We operate a fleet of 6 aircraft, all purchased brand new. And like the MC was saying, we just won again 4th year in a row, the youngest fleet, T800 Neos. And then we have 4 CLJ 900s as well. At present, we also have a leased A320 that we have added to the fleet to be able to help us alleviate some of the challenges that we are having. As part of our products, we offer scheduled services. We offer cargo services. We also do charters. Should you want to charter an aircraft to any destination, we'll fix that, which dates back to many generations, long before our times, and they are our colonial masters. United Kingdom stands with a population of about 69 million. We've been unable to get those 3.5 trillion to benefit the economy of Uganda. But most importantly, in recent times, we've had a lot of publications talking about the Entebbe-London route. Today, when people are trying to fly to the UK, they have to go via various hubs across Africa and across the world, Kigali, Dubai, Doha sometimes. People have to go to Amsterdam, some via Cairo, Nairobi, Brussels, Istanbul, depending on where your connection is coming from. Now, that market today, the origin and destination traffic between Uganda and United Kingdom stands at about 90,000 passengers. Now, as an airline, we understand that whenever we start a new route, there is a level of stimulation that we bring in, and we know that those numbers will definitely go up. But we are now bringing in a service that will shorten that journey from 16 hours up to just 9 hours. I think we deserve a round of applause. As they say, time is money. So we are putting money back in your pockets. Imagine how much more productive it will be when you can take coffee from here and within the same day, it's on the stalls in the UK. Imagine how much more it will be when you have a business conference and you don't have to spend long, lengthy delays having to connect to get to your destination. So this is what Uganda Airlines is bringing on board. We are looking at opportunities with trade and investment. We are looking at opportunities in export for cargo. We know there is a lot of export that goes between the two countries, agricultural products. There's a lot of pharmaceuticals between the two countries. Perishables from here is a very key space where we intend to play because of the time that we will now be able to use to take the things to the markets there. Tourism. Tourism is key. The United Kingdom today, it's a key tourist market for us. We know we get a lot of people coming in from the UK, and the fact that there's been no direct service, we've had to share them with some of our noisy neighbors, as we like to call them, where they now try to do the circuit and start with either Kenya or they want to go to Kigali first. But now we are going to give them the option where they can come directly into Uganda, enjoy the beauty of Uganda, and then be able to do the other circuits if they choose to. But I promise you, once they come here, they are not going anywhere. Education. We all know that UK is prided to be one of the best places for tertiary education. So we know that there are a lot of Africans and not just Ugandans now who are presently studying abroad or who have aspirations of studying abroad. A direct service makes it a bit more accessible for them because then it's easier for them to be able to find themselves in those destinations where they want to go for their schooling. So these are just to mention a few of the reasons why we have chosen London as a destination. And maybe lastly, I should also just talk about the fact that the diaspora of Ugandans in the United Kingdom, they are quite, they are next to Nigerians, but they are, there are quite a number of Ugandans, both of African descent and those are even of the Asian descent as well, who are presently based in the United Kingdom. Offering them a direct service will also give them an opportunity to be able to come home more often, do business. I remember we were at World Travel Market, and we had two people walk up to us, a lady and her father. Her father was in his 80s, and he said since he was moved out of this country with the then Uganda Airlines, he has never been to Uganda. And he was waiting for us to start that service to bring him back home. So we know this is going to be very major for them. So the unique offerings that we are bringing on board, number one, reduced time of travel. We will be able to offer you 9 hours of travel from here. You can have your dinner here and still have breakfast in London. We will be able to give you affordable travel because now you don't have to go via any of the hubs, and we will be able to give you competitive pricing. And definitely, we will be deploying our state-of-the-art A330-800 Neo. And maybe I might mention here, an African airline called Uganda Airlines will be the first airline to land an A330-800 Neo at Gatwick Airport in London. So, I think I've run through the presentation already. We will be starting flights. My Honorable Minister will tell us the dates, but I think I'm allowed to tell us that we will be starting flights with 4 flights. If you understand the slot challenges a bit, but we've tried to get the best that we can make. We've tried to make the best of 9:25 a.m. in the morning, and you will be in London by 5:55 p.m. same day. On Tuesday, we will depart at 5 minutes past midnight, and you will be in London by 7:35 in the morning, meaning you can still catch a train to central London and be at night, and we will arrive in London by 7:55 as well. And on Fridays, we will depart at 10 minutes past 3 a.m. Out of Entebbe, and you will be in London by 10:40 a.m. Meaning if you're going for Friday, you want to go and watch your football match, you can jump on the flight Friday night, and then by Sunday morning, you are back here. So for our flight out of Gatwick, we will depart on Sundays at 7:05 p.m. local time, and you will be in Entebbe by 6:35 a.m. the following morning. So you can still head to work in Kampala. On Tuesdays, we will depart London at 9:40 a.m. You will be here by 10 minutes past 9 p.m. at night. On Wednesdays at 9:50 a.m., 20 minutes past 9 at night. And on Fridays, you will depart at 12:40 during the day, and you will be here just at midnight, giving you an opportunity to enjoy the best. So we will be starting with 4 flights, and we are hoping that you will all book your flights today. For our baggage out of the UK, 2 bags at 30 kg each. Out of the UK, out of Entebbe, we'll give you just... Prices will start from... prices are very affordable. Let me leave it at that. Prices, it's less than... there will be a lot of savings in your pocket from what you are paying presently. Let me just put it that way. Anyway, thank you very much. We can continue the program now. Thank you.
He has told us everything except prices, but we know they'll be affordable. All right? Absolutely affordable with lots of spare change in your pockets when you are done. In the meantime, behind me is not our security detail. In case you're wondering, it will be very beautiful security detail, but these are some of our air hostesses. So why don't we just acknowledge them also with a round of applause. I don't know if they'll be on the route to London when the important date is announced by only he who can announce it. We shall find out shortly. But I'm going to re-invite our CEO just to do us the honors of inviting the Deputy Director General, Uganda Civil Aviation Authority. She's already told you she was very instrumental in bringing us to this point.
Honorable Minister, I must say something about Olive. She's no nonsense. She did not want to hear our issues that we had in the past. She says, I don't care, we need to move. It's now my singular honor to invite Miss Olive Lumonya, my OG, and my minister in Africa Hall, to say a few words, and also invite the High Commissioner.
Works and Transport, General Katumba Wamala, the British High Commissioner to Uganda, the Board of Uganda morning. I think today is a special day with showers of rain, showers of blessings. So to me, I think it's the right time. They say God's timing is always right. I think it's the right time that we are here to celebrate a special day. So on behalf of Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, I want to extend our sincere appreciation and gratitude. First, you've heard that I was no nonsense. General Katumba was leading from the top and the front. He led us, and that's how we moved. And I've come to believe that when the leader believes in the journey, you'll succeed. And I think that's what we saw. So I remember, or I recall vividly, one morning we had a meeting with the minister and the British High Commissioner and the entire team at the Ministry of Works, and the president had been unhappy with the delays. And there's a clip which was circulating that we had failed to submit one-page application. So we went to that meeting. And then he said, I want to appoint Olive Lumonya to chair Uganda Airlines to the UK. That's 2 years ago. I'm High Commissioner. We want to thank you very much and your entire team. Yourself, the former British High Commissioner Katie who left. There's another Kate, the little Katie, I'm told she's on leave. We have Case, there's another one, Richard Cave, in the UK office. We want to thank them. Please pass on our appreciation to all of them for the great job and support they have given us in the last 3 years. We contacted them at any one time, and they knew our voices, and they responded. So I want to thank you, and thank them, and all of you. I think for me, what I can say, the process, the journey has been long. It's been a journey that started, but we've received a lot of support in this whole journey. But my highlight was on the 25th of February this year. I just received this email. I'll read one line from the UK Department. No security reasons why direct flights from Uganda to the UK cannot begin now. Ran down to the end of the mail, and it was true, 25th of Feb. So we are happy, and we want to thank you for that. So on behalf of Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, we are the regulator for the aviation. We regulate to Ugandans and everyone who will be flying by Uganda Airlines that as a regulator, we are comfortable and confident that they are complying with the requirements on safety and security that are necessary to enable an airline to fly out of Uganda. So allow me to thank you once again, Jenny, the CEO, and your entire team. And I will also apologize for those where I made calls all the time. But I want to thank you very much and thank your entire board of Uganda Airlines for the support they gave you. Sometimes Madam Seruka would also call. So I want to thank all of you. And I hope that Ugandans, you'll embrace this new route and let's make UK-Uganda relationship grow bigger and better. Thank you very much. I think allow me to invite the chairperson. I'll invite Jennifer. Yeah, I'll invite Jennifer to come in. Protocol things. Okay. So, yeah, I've been corrected.
Thank you. Honourable gentlemen and future passengers, so all protocols observed. I'm absolutely delighted is part of history. And also we'll have the privilege very soon of being potential passengers on a Uganda Airlines flight to London. And thank you CEO Jennifer. And from my point of view as High Commissioner, it marks a new era, I think, in the many connections between Uganda and the United Kingdom. Now, scientific assessment, as a diplomat that's been in many countries, I agree. I think I just need to prepare you. I need to prepare you for the fact that many UK tourists, I mean, it is a convenience, that time is amazing. But to me, it's a strategic bridge between two really vibrant economies. From the lush landscapes of Uganda to the bustling streets of London that we see some photos here, we're connecting more than economies. Now, some of you may have heard from me or my government, my Prime Minister, about the importance the UK places on, heard this very compellingly from Chief Commercial Officer Ade, who just spoke. Now, with direct flights, we can streamline cargo transport, making it easier and faster for Ugandan products, such as coffee, bananas, and tea, to reach the UK market. And this, alongside duty and quota-free access to UK marketing. In 2023, the trade between UK and Uganda amounted to $19.6 million. That's approximately, with all the enthusiasm we've got in this room. And this direct connection will undoubtedly enhance these figures, providing more opportunities for exports and a boost to both of our economies. And I think the direct flight opens other new avenues for investment. With easier investment, with easier access, we can attract more investors to Uganda, fostering economic growth, creating jobs. And I know that Uganda Airlines has got a series of exciting events lined up with investors and companies that are going to be very eager. The British Chamber of Commerce, and I'm delighted that we have our chair, Sanjay, here, and its members, are also excited about making the most of the opportunities as a sector, and I think that goes both ways. MC Ronnie talked about practicing your accent. I would say that I know Uganda has the best English accent in Africa, and you will find you have a better accent than many you meet in the UK. But certainly if you're going to be asking for tea or coffee, slip some Ugandan tea and coffee in your suitcase. I'm converted. I'm never going back, so... Now, allow me, as I come to a close, perhaps to share a personal experience that's fresh on my mind. I've been in Uganda now, I think it's about 5 months. I'm told I can still call myself the new High Commissioner until at least a year, so I'm gonna bank that. But it's been a whirlwind, as you can imagine. New people, visiting beautiful places, lots of different events, and obviously there's a lot going on in the world. A couple of weeks ago, I thought, I'll do a short trip back to the UK, just to have a bit of a rest. And shortly before I was about to embark on my flight, it was with a competitor airline that I will not mention or I'll get into trouble. But the first leg of the flight was changed, and that screwed up all of my connecting flights as well. You know, and that's the reality, isn't it? When you need multiple flights to work, it definitely reduced my holiday vibe, is all I can say. Now, when I meet Ugandans in London, and there's a fantastic diaspora all over the UK, I say, well, how often do you get back to your beautiful country? And they just often look at me and go, oh, the flights. But not anymore, thanks to Uganda Airlines. So I need to pass on my personal thanks to Uganda Airlines and that of my mother. So as a High Commissioner, it can sometimes be a bit hard to get your family to understand what your job is. Sometimes their eyes glaze over a bit as you try to explain it. I can tell you, out of all of the issues I've worked on, the fact that there's now a direct flight for my my 80-plus-year-old mother to come and visit me has been the thing that has elicited the most interest in the Chesney family. So thank you. Thank you very much, Jennifer, for that. Now, this morning, CEO Jennifer, Deputy DG Olive, Madam Chairperson Priscilla, and of course the Minister, we were talking about how this is a chapter in history. It really is. and you've heard a little about how long it get to this point. And believe me, it's hugely impressive. I know when I talked to the Civil Aviation Authority in the UK, they told me how struck they were by the Ugandans that had participated in the training with the Civil Aviation Authority, how it's the most dedication and focus and commitment that they had seen. And I think that's pretty impressive. So I would say, just to close, I'm feeling incredibly lucky to be the British High Commissioner during this exciting chapter. And I know that I'm coming in as we get towards the end of a marathon that's involved many, many people here in this room and also not in this room. Deputy DG Olive quite rightly referenced the former High Commissioner, Kate Airy, many others. I just want to take a moment to commend General Wamala, to you, Minister. As you say, without that drive, I think it would not have been possible. To Madam CEO Jennifer, to Deputy DG Olive, to all of the board of the Ugandan Airlines. I say thank you to the High Commission team, both here and before, for all of their engagement, particularly with multiple ministries in the UK involved in the final approval. So I am eager to get on that first flight. I'm not going to ask the price. I've been reassured that it's pocket-friendly, according to Ade. So, and I want to celebrate this new connection with you. May all of our flights be smooth. May our luggage arrive on time. And may this new... Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much and safe travels.
A round of applause for a new flight. Obugalo, obugalo. Round of applause for luggage reaching on time. Round of applause for friendly prices, to mention but a few. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. And lovely things she said there. You know, it's not just about a new flight with the airline that caused her headache. All right. You know, she said Ugandans apparently have one of the best accents in the UK. I'm not too sure if she has met people from who say we are really excited as a country. At this point in time, even as we come to the tail end of our event tonight, or this morning, I'd like us to put Minister, who's our guest of honor this morning. So let's put hands together for Madame Priscilla Seru Kamirembe, our board chair.
Honorable Minister of Works and Transport, General Katumba Wamala, and High Excellency, the British High Commissioner, the Deputy DG, Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, fellow board members, our distinguished guests. Indeed, on behalf of the board, I would like to say we are very, very delighted. Delighted to see this route in sight. We have been chasing after it by being looking so far away. And when I got the message that it is through, I said, okay. So we are very delighted. And mine is really just to say thank you. I want to thank all of the grateful. And Honorable Minister, thank you so much for all the support and all the, and have had to be irritated about where are we on the London route? Where are we on the London route? I want to say thank you so much. And before I invite the Honorable Minister, I would like to make an appeal to Her Excellency, the British High Commissioner. We would like to have the flights full. And the only thing between us and that could be the visa. If you could help us with easing the visa processes, we'll be most delighted and happy not to have an empty flight. And with those thank you remarks, it's my honor to invite the Honorable Minister, General Katumba Wamala, to come and address us and also tell us when is the magical date that this route will happen.
Ex- Excellency, the UK High Commissioner to Uganda, the board chairperson and board members of Uganda Airlines, the Deputy Director General of Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, the CEO of Uganda Airlines, the business leaders here, and tourism, Minister of Tourism people, the media fraternity, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm at a fix because there's been Nigerian accent here, there's been a British accent here, but there's also Ugandan accent. Now, I don't know which one I'll manage, but I'll speak in my own accent. I don't know how many people in this room know how excited some of us are for this to have happened. I don't know. It gives me great pleasure to announce the long-awaited announcement date, not yet, for the direct service between Uganda and the United Kingdom by our national carrier, the Uganda Airlines. So very soon, the crane will be flapping the wings into UK. Very soon. When His Excellency the President championed the revival of Uganda Airlines, that was about 2015, I think, with a lot of reservations, all corners. To start an airline, we start the airline, COVID sets. Now, 10 years down the road, I think his vision is coming to reality. And his vision was to create an airport in Uganda and its strategic business and tourism markets. And this is what we are doing today. This route will connect Entebbe International Airport to London Gatwick. It will also be Uganda Airlines' third destination outside the African continent after Dubai and Mumbai. You might recall that Uganda has not had a direct flights to the United Kingdom since the British Airways suspended services to a number of African countries, Uganda inclusive, almost 10 years ago. So if he was a child, I think he's now in P4, P3, or walking. This resulted in a great inconvenience to the traveling public, lengthy journey times, and a reduction in competition on the Entebbe-London route. And of course, reduction in our economic trade between the two countries. As you are aware, where there is no competition, prices tend to soar. And I think we have heard from the British High Commissioner what happened to her. Then she had to use another airline, move back and forth. But that now we are bringing in a very friendly, pocket-friendly prices according to the marketing manager. We are therefore happy that Uganda Airlines is coming in to moderate the market as it has done on other routes. I can say that with the reservation. London, the 17th destination and 13th country into which our national carrier will fly, signifies the steady progress, growth, and expansion midwifed by the management team, the government, headed by the president with his strategic vision, the director, the board of directors, and also our frontline soldiers, these ladies you see here, and the pilots. If they were not doing a good job, Uganda Airlines would not be getting the accolades. Route holds significant importance for both Uganda Airlines and Uganda as a nation for various reasons, but already some of them have been hinted, but I'll only just maybe mention the two of course, economic growth and trade, and we expect direct flights between Entebbe and London to boost trade relations between Uganda and the United Kingdom. For some time, the people trading in fresh flowers have been knocking on our door, asking for direct flights to Europe. At least now, you can take your fresh flowers to London. Yes. So there will be no excuse for swift movement of people, goods, and services by reducing transit times and eliminating the need for layovers. The resulting efficiency should enhance Uganda's exports, leading to increased revenue and economic growth. In 2023, Uganda-UK trade accounted for about 556 million in value from Uganda, which was coffee, bananas, vegetables, minerals, and other products. So we have a lot of potential now to actually increase that volume. This is the opportunity because we have enough enough space in the berry to carry sizable cargo, but we are also moving to purchase cargo planes to particularly support the export and import business. This reminds me when we are still on this, process it, put it on a small slice, package it well. When you land in London, within 30 minutes, 40 minutes, it will be on the shelves in the supermarkets, which I thought was quite interesting and challenging. So business people, I don't know whether it's possible, but I think that was a food for thought, that instead of carrying the whole thing with all the trash, you can as well take it when it's either semi-processed or processed, and then go straight on the shelves of the supermarket. Maybe by the time you the other one, which of course we'll promote, as already said, is the tourism industry. You all know that Uganda, as of now, is anticipated to provide significant boost to Uganda's tourism industry. So I'll expect the UTB and all these people to take advantage of this. When offering direct link for tourists from UK, makes it more convenient for visitors from UK to come and enjoy the diverse attractions that nature has gifted Uganda. Now, this also puts another challenge on my lap, that I must make the roads as good as possible so that when the tourists land in Entebbe, they can drive as fast to go and see the beauty. Expected to increase tourist arrivals, generate employment opportunities, and of course, contribute to our gross domestic. If I asked here in the room how many people have a relative there, I think 3/4 of the room would be putting up their hands. Either somebody who's directly related to you or somebody you know. So they've been also suffering, going around the globe, spending about 17 hours, but now this is 9 hours, as Adadea has said. In short, the Entebbe-Gatwick route is a strategic development that will advance Uganda's economic interest, boost our tourism, enhance national prestige, and strengthen our international relations, especially with the UK, with whom we all know where we came from with them. I extend my gratitude to the High Commission and your team for supporting Uganda Airlines in securing the rights to operate in UK. Your Excellent Minister of Foreign Affairs, and writing a notale verbal, Olive was going direct to your office and some of the offices in the embassy. But you accommodated that. Thank you very much. And that, I think, has also enabled us to have this baby delivered, even if it's 5 years later, as CEO said. But at last, she has been delivered. And pay tribute to Madame Katie Ailey, the former UK High Commissioner, for her effort in securing this route. I want to pass my gratitude and the tribute to Lord Popat, who I think will be very happy to hear this and see this, who even visited Uganda to sound an alarm bells for the airline's entry into UK. For those of you who may not have known what was in the background, you heard where somebody said, I think Lord Popat is one person who was very much involved, who loved, because every time he would land here, he would say, "You are denying me eating my bananas." Lord Popat, by history, is born from Tororo, although he's a British, said the airline, when said we are going to London, he said, "Now I'm going to have my local food, I'll have my matoke and everything." So whenever he would come here, he would really be frustrated that we are not moving. And I think one time that's when he told the president that, "You see all those people, the minister, CEO, I see they have failed to put in one letter only to the British High Commission to get the nod. But I think it was more than that. There's been a lot of paperwork, and again, thanks to all those who have been involved. So we are now there, and we want to thank those people, all those who started the journey, which has not been a short journey. I want to congratulate Uganda Airlines board, management and staff for their efforts in achieving this foreign carriers permit for this route. It has not been an easy journey. It has taken back and forth, patience. I remember one time when we were with the road Poppert in my boardroom, and Olive was there, and I said, if we fail, Olive is the one who's responsible. So Olive, congratulations. you have been able to get out of that. Otherwise, I want to thank everybody who has come to attend this. And now, before I announce the date, let's have a video. Let's have a video. Nyanzi, do we have the... Everybody in this room will be on the first flight to London. Otherwise, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for Uganda Airlines.
Honorable Minister, the date has officially been announced. Did you catch that? What is the official date? Try and shoot my shot. I don't know. All right, so here's what we're going to do. If you have this placard, one more time, let's just wave them and just celebrate the announcement. Of course, it's not the launch since the 18th is yet to. DJ, you have some nice music. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I think just get up and shake a leg a little bit. This is good news. We're going to be going to London. We're going to take a cup of tea and some water. Yeah. Come on. Media and press, worry not. I'm going to give you a photo ops moment for all of those people to come, so you don't have to be taking pictures from angle theta. You'll have going to just guide us on the flight routes, and after that I'm sure there might be some questions for the press and for the members in the audience. The High Commissioner, the CEO, and our CCO to the stage, just those. So Ade, very quickly, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ronnie. Good morning again, everyone. Apologies, you're hearing a lot of my voice today. Just trying to bring your attention. We have a schedule which we will be operating from the 18th of May. Like I mentioned, on Sundays you leave at 5 minutes past midnight, arrive by 7:35. On Wednesday, you leave at 25 minutes past midnight, arrive at 7:55 a.m. And on Fridays, you leave at 3:10 a.m. And arrive by 10:40 p.m., 19:05. And you will be in Entebbe by 6:35 a.m. On Tuesday, you will depart out of London at 9:40 a.m. in the morning, and you will be home here for dinner by 21:10. You will be on slots. So this is what we are starting with. We are hoping that by the next socket, and then maybe if you've all bought your tickets, then you can see how we can increase from 4 weekly to 5 weekly, eventually to have daily and double daily flights. If you have your phones here and you have the Uganda Airlines mobile app, please go right now. The flights are dollars. Thank you very much. Ronnie, over to you.
All right, thank you, Ade. And I guess the prices were too good to be true. He had to make the announcement, couldn't keep that secret. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And a round of applause to Uganda Airlines. Now, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly and in the interest of time, we're going to allow for a few questions. And we have 4 seats up here. I'll indulge the Honorable Minister, Her Excellency the Commissioner, our CEO. Respond to that.
Thank you very much. As mentioned and as we've been putting on most of our media, we still have a couple of routes that we intend to learn to complete this growth phase that we are presently in, and China is definitely one of them. We are also looking at Accra, Ghana. We already have the foreign operating permit for that. We are looking at Saudi Arabia, 2 destinations, Jeddah and Riyadh. We also have the permit for that. We are looking at Cape Town in South Africa, and then we are looking at Guangzhou, China. And as you are all aware, we have only 6 aircraft today. So before we will be announcing those new routes, we will have to get those additional aircraft, which the Honorable Minister has promised that he will help us to secure. So for example, for China to come on board, we need another wide body. For Accra, we need a narrow body aircraft. It's a 5-hour flight. Cape Town is 6 hours. We also need a narrow body aircraft. But we have all of those in the plan, and we are hoping that very soon we will gather you again to tell you when we will be launching. With regards to the routes that we've launched last year, in September of last year, we started flights to Abuja in Nigeria, which was an extension of the Lagos flight, which we started in October of 2023. We also started flights to Lusaka and Harare, and the flights have been extremely good. We are actually happy with the results that we've been able to record in the last 5 months since we opened them. A route like Harare and Lusaka has been contributing very significantly to our network, with a lot of connections going into Mumbai, going into Dubai, going into Lagos itself. And we anticipate that with the start of London, we might even need to move that from 4 flights a week to 6 or 7 flights a week because of the numbers of connections that we are seeing at the moment. Abuja has helped Lagos. Now we are able to combine passengers from that route, which is just an hour from Lagos, and bring them onto our network to connect. It's been very significantly contributing to our Nairobi route a lot. We've seen a lot of traffic coming in from Abuja, going into Nairobi, going here from Lagos, going into India, and then there's been a lot of cargo and on all of these routes as well. So they've actually helped our numbers significantly. Hope this answers your questions, Ali. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I see we have one more question there, and at the back, Barbara has a mic. So Barbara can just give you the mic right there.
All right.
And so if you could just come, just your name and your question.
My name is Hakim Wampamba. I work with NBS Television. Good morning. At day 733, I want to be so sure that you're the most competitive across the route. But in as not to prompt the competitors, because they are certainly going to be looking for a way, how ready are you? Not to say that you're speaking for them, how ready are you for the sort of response that might come? Someone might cut by about 40%. So how ready are you?
All right. And I'll take the second question.
Great. Good morning.
I hope your mic is on.
No.
How ready are we for competition?
Hello. Morning. My name is Samuel Senono. I work with UBC TV. I will direct my question to the Honorable Minister, Katumba Wamala. My name is Samuel Senono. I work with UBC TV. My question goes to Honorable Katumba Wamala. Uganda Airlines is launching this new route to London Gatwick. And the airline also operates other flights to Dubai, India, Mumbai, Nigeria. With this fleet, now we have 2 Airbus A330s. How are we looking at getting more planes as government such that we facilitate this route?
All right. Unless there's any other, I think we'll take the last one. I'm glad it's a lady.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I will stand here now in my capacity as the chairperson of the Uganda Association of Travel Agents. I wear several hats in the tourism industry. As a travel agent, 2 questions. One to the Madam High Commissioner. We're trying to, as a country, get away from, within Africa, visa-free travel. Will the British High Commission, UK Embassy, look at different categories of visa applicants out of Entebbe so that we're not all painted with the same brush? We know serious issues of overstays, we know you try security, etc., all those protocols that come into play by virtue of, who you let into your country and who you deny. So I think my appeal is to make this route profitable, marketable. We have to look at the visa issue. And at the moment, it is stringent. And like I said, everyone is painted with the same brush. The next one goes to Madam CEO. I have talked, and congratulations on this wonderful launch for the crane to fly into London Gatwick, LGW. I still maintain that we need, as an airline, national carrier, we must become IATA accredited so that we are seen, content is seen, we're able to sell Uganda Airlines to the countries who don't even know we exist. And you know how important that is? Because then we will be able to cement code shares, right? So to me, those are the priorities which I will bring to you so that we make sure this route is a win-win situation.
All right. I believe there is a question one question for each of the people on the panel, so we'll allow them to respond to that. And unless there's any other, an Honorable Minister is directing me on where to start. He will buy the planes after.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Thank you, Madam Chair of the Tourist Association, for your question. Now, look, if we've got a shared interest in full flights, in as much traffic both ways. I've got a personal interest in Ugandan pineapples in the UK for the rest of my life as well. So, and I really have to acknowledge, to start with, I know the visa process is really frustrating. I wish I controlled it as High Commissioner. There's probably a very good reason why I don't. And it's actually subject to our UK Visas International. They run that process underneath the Home Office. But I hear what you're saying, and I understand that it comes up very often as a question. So sadly, I don't have the gift to change the visa process, but I am able to have sort of conversations feeding back the impact. What I would say is wherever you are in the globe, it's a risk-driven process. And I know for all the reasons that you want to feel safe in the UK wherever you go, border integrity is really important to us, and we have really high standards. And one of the challenges we have in any country, and one of the things that drives caution when it comes to visa applications, and it's quite a blunt process, is overstaying, and it looks at numbers. The more numbers that go into the UK and come back again from any country, whether that's Uganda, wherever it happens to be, that I think will be possible through a direct route, that will have an influence, indirectly even, on the visa process as well. But I hear what you're saying, and I'll certainly factor it into my conversations too.
Wow. She asked me the same question yesterday, and I'm going to repeat the same answer. The good news is that, Paul, we have started, and the public, our IOSA certification process. Now, before you become IATA, you have to undergo the safety protocols of IATA. And as we speak, we have a group from IATA Consulting that are doing a mock audit internally. They came in on Monday, I think. They'll be finishing on Friday. Then after that, there's a series of communication that we have to do with Olive as the regulator. And we hope that by June, we will have completed the process and have our IATA membership. So we'll announce that as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So on the issue of competition, we are very aware that there will be response from competition, but we are very confident in the product that we are putting on this market. Number one, we will be the only non-stop service from Entebbe to the UK. So whatever anybody is bringing, whatever price they want to cut, they will still not beat the time that we are giving to the people. So we are confident that the price that we are starting with at 733, and I would like to emphasize starting with. So please buy your tickets now, because it will not continue to be $733. So we are starting with $733. We are sure that it will be enticing to people because it is actually a savings for them already. And if I may just take this opportunity just to also mention on cargo. Now with cargo as well, we will be charging between $1.8 to $2.2 per kilogram, depending on the volume that you will be bringing to us. And I know competition will also respond to that. But again, we have the time on our side, and we will get it there faster, instead of having to have your cargo being held up at different hubs around the world. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the question was, are we buying more planes? Yes, of course. We started small, if you remember. Most of you were there, I think. We started with the CRJ 900. Does anybody still remember the launch? When the media put a rat in as a way of discrediting the airline. But we have seen steady progress. And again, I want to thank the leadership, management, and also the board for guiding this process. This gives a lot of hope. And of course, we have had the accolades which the airline has won, even within this space of time. So it gives more reason for the government to support it as it is. Because you remember what I told you even before, that let's treat this airline, first of all, as an infrastructure. Don't first look at it as a money-making entity. It may not make money itself, but it is supporting the other sectors of the economy, the tourism, the trade, and all that. So it has now shown that it has the potential to make money. And so the most logical thing is to support it to be able to reach those destinations. For example, China is an open destination. A lot of Ugandans trade there. They're also suffering going through Doha, through Dubai and elsewhere. It would be a game changer if we had a direct flight there. So yes, we are definitely going to buy. We are already in discussion with the Minister of Finance. We are in discussion with the manufacturers of the aircrafts which we think will be relevant and which will of course give us the kind of leverage we need in the market. So we are in discussions, and yes, very soon you may see some other new assets in Entebbe. But for now, we're encouraging Uganda Airlines to lease so that they can bridge the gap, because as you have heard, they have so many destinations now, and the only fleet which we had may not be able to service all. So they can lease so long as they make money out of the lease. So they're doing that. As you heard, I think Adelaide talked about it. There are about two which they have one which they're leasing. We may be leasing another one, again, to help them bridge the gap. But the plans are to buy our own aircrafts in future. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's about all the time we had for questions. Would allow for, all right, Madam has this one last one, and looks like I'll
Thank
let
you
her.
very much, Honorable Minister. Now you're going on a shopping spree for new aircraft. There's something that's been very close, tourism locally. She knows exactly what I'm going to say. Domestic flights. Yes, we're the national carrier, but our national carrier does not grace our skies. The crane doesn't fly, right? So thank you very much for the work that you've done in the local aerodromes. Kisoro is now up to international standards. And we need to feed into this because there's huge appetite for domestic flights. Please, Honorable Minister and Ade, thank you for God and my country.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's about all the time we have for questions. I know the press might still want to take some of the people here to the side for a quick, one-on-one, but we're going to allow for a photo ops moment now that you're up here. If we could please get the placards given to them, and I'll ask our board chair to please join Madame Olive, if that table could just come and join them. Perhaps we'll take one seated, and then we'll have one where we can all stand and a few others join us on the stage. Members of the press, you'll have a chance to have some one-on-ones. I don't know if this is the background we want. I guess so. I don't know. All right, why don't we get to our feet and let the rest join? Board chair.